Perfect versus perfect continuous. What to use when. Welcome to Grammar with Altaf. In today's video, we are going to learn the difference between perfect tenses and perfect continuous tenses. Many learners mix them up because both show connections between different times, but they do not mean the same thing. By the end of this video, you will understand how to use them correctly.
That's right. Perfect tenses focus on the completion of actions, while perfect continuous tenses focus on the duration of actions. In simple words, perfect answers the question, what has been done? And perfect continuous answers the question, how long has it been happening? Let's look at them step by step.
We start with the present perfect. The structure is subject plus have, has, plus past participle. For example, I have finished my homework. This shows that the action is completed, and the result is important now. Another example, she has visited London twice. It tells us the action is complete and the experience is still relevant.
Now compare that with the present perfect continuous. The structure is subject plus have, has plus, been plus verbing. For example, I have been studying for 2 hours. Here the focus is on the duration, not only the completion. Another example, she has been working here since 2018. It shows that the action started in the past and continues until now.
Let's test this with a contrast. If I say, he has written 5 letters today, that's present perfect because we focus on the result, the 5 letters. But if I say, he has been writing letters all morning, that's present perfect continuous because the focus is on the activity and its duration.
Exactly. Present perfect often answers how many times or what has been achieved, while present perfect continuous answers how long and shows activity. For example, they have played 3 matches this week. Present perfect result. They have been playing since morning. Present perfect continuous duration.
Now let's move to the past perfect. The structure is subject plus, had plus past participle. For example, when I arrived, she had already left. It describes a past before the past action, something completed earlier. Another example, he had finished his homework before dinner.
Past perfect continuous has the structure subject plus had plus been plus verbing. For example, when I arrived, she had been waiting for 2 hours. It shows the duration of an action before another past event. Another example, he was tired because he had been working all day. The action continued for some time before another past event.
Now the future perfect. The structure is subject plus, will have plus past participle. For example, by tomorrow I will have completed the project. It shows that an action will be finished before a certain future time. Another example, she will have traveled to 3 countries by next month.
Future perfect continuous is subject plus, will have been plus verbing. For example, by tomorrow I will have been working on this project for 5 hours. Another one, next year she will have been living in Paris for a decade. It shows how long an action will have been happening up to a future point in time.
So the pattern is clear. Perfect tenses highlight completion, results, or experiences. Perfect continuous tenses highlight duration, ongoing activity, or process. Both connect different times, but the focus is different.
Let's do some practice sentences. I will say one, and we'll decide which tense it is. She has cooked dinner. That is present perfect, because the dinner is ready and complete. She has been cooking dinner for 2 hours. That is present perfect continuous, because it focuses on the duration of cooking.
Another one. He had cleaned the house before the guests arrived. That's past perfect. Result of a completed action. He had been cleaning the house all morning before the guests arrived. That's past perfect continuous, showing the long activity before the event.
Here's another. By Friday, I will have finished reading the book. That's future perfect completion. By Friday, I will have been reading the book for 1 week. That's future perfect continuous, focusing on the length of the reading process.
Signal words can help us too, for perfect tenses. Already, just, ever. Never yet, by the time before. For perfect continuous tenses. For since, all day, all morning, how long. Example, I have already done my homework. Perfect. I have been doing homework since morning. Perfect continuous.
Common mistakes to avoid. Do not say, I have been knowing him for years. Some verbs like know, like, believe, understand are state verbs and are not used in continuous forms. The correct sentence is, I have known him for years. Another mistake is mixing the time. Do not say, I have been finished my work. Correct is either, I have finished my work, perfect, or I have been working, perfect continuous.
Let's try a short conversation example. A. Have you written the report? B. Yes, I have written it. That's present perfect. A. How long have you been working on it? B. I have been working on it for 3 hours. That's present perfect continuous. Both are correct, but focus on different aspects.
Another conversation. A. When I called you yesterday, what were you doing? B. I had been studying for 2 hours before you called. That's past perfect continuous. A. Had you finished your assignment? B. Yes, I had finished it. That's past perfect.
So the key difference is clear. Perfect tenses show completion and results, while perfect continuous tenses show duration and ongoing activity. Both are important to describe time and sequence in English.
Let's summarize what we learned today. Perfect tenses present. Perfect past perfect. Future perfect focus on finished actions, experiences, and results. Perfect continuous tenses present perfect continuous. Past perfect continuous. Future perfect continuous focus on the duration of actions continuing over time.
And we also learned examples, signal words, common mistakes, and mini conversations. With this knowledge, you can now decide whether you want to talk about what has been done or how long something has been happening.
So, what have we learned in this video? We have learned the difference between perfect and perfect continuous tenses, when to use each one, and how to avoid mistakes. With practice, you will use them confidently and speak more naturally in English.